Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space where we discuss everything relationship and love. I'm in a good mood today. She has been loving me one kind. Wait, God, I don't understand. Is it that your wives are, you had told me, is it that your wives are glued to the TV watching and they're saying, let me just see that girl will just do one thing to this guy? Why did you scream like that?
Because perception is they say it's loaded up for me. Some people see antenna and be like, "Yeah, what's going on?"
But you're always loving me now.
Yeah, you're my friend, very good friend.
Did you have to say I'm your friend? Hello, Jess. How are you?
Fine. Everyone is bubbly today.
We're in a much better space.
Oh,
Even you.
I know, right? Good to see you guys.
Your smile is wider.
Good.
Yes, I had a good day today.
Oh,
You know the way
that's
it
good.
happens, yeah. The way these things can be, yeah. So yeah,
Something is
today I had a
cooking.
great day.
Jess, when are you coming back?
Exactly.
I don't understand. This your waka. You know, I don't understand them again. I don't want to talk with you. I don't want to talk for on air.
Soon,
so-
but I assure you I have not jackpot. If that's how, that's the term for it.
We don't know that.
You see, Jess, even if they tell me my dream that she jackpot, I go say she do love Nigeria. Okay, so today we're discussing marriage and business partnership. Marriage as a business partnership. When you think you're in a marriage, but you're actually in a business partnership. And Jacinta is a marriage counselor, and she's hot on this transactional marriages thing. You know, this transactional marriage thing. So.
Franca, for the love of God, I have no idea what you just said.
Okay, so I'll break it down. Let me break it down, but not immediately. Okay, so during the show, I've heard men say that. I heard someone say that marriage is transactional for men. It was Jacinta that said that men already know that it's transactional. So, but I don't know if it's a business partnership. I don't know if it's a business partnership, but she's mentioned that they come into marriage knowing it's transactional. Women are the ones who come in doing lovey, bobby, lovey, and all that. So, but is it shocking for men to know that it could actually be a business partnership?
I don't think, right now, I think a lot of women have upgraded in skill level, because what you see now is what men used to do back then, where they're entering. Men are hardwired to be very logical and calculative. That's why you would see a man knows exactly the wife he wants to marry. Most times, he already knows this one. Even though, in some cases, he might not be fully committed to the person, but he knows the reason.
That's transactional.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So Jess was right.
I think she's right.
Okay, so thank God you put yourself in that box now. Sheyi, I would want you to explain to us what you mean by men know what they want. As in, is it that they come to say, I want a girl who is like this, I want a girl who is like this, I want a girl who is this, I want a girl who is this.
Yes.
Is that what you mean by they know what they want? Break it down. Not yes.
Yes.
Explain.
No, so that's exactly what I mean.
Okay.
Which is for different reasons.
Okay.
A man could want, because most men, the biggest influence in terms of who they marry is usually their mom. So most times you find a man gravitating to whoever, has the closest trait to his mom in some cases. And, that's what they follow. They'll be like, mom, that girl. I mean, I had a friend that the reason why it was in that relationship was because the girl's soup tastes like his mom's soup. And let me bust your head. And all of his friends that time, so the guys have two babes vying for first and second position. And it had been longer with one babe, and there was this new babe that came. And the first babe, at that time couldn't really cook and all that. But the second babe came with fire. Yeah. When the second babe cooks, all the men will be like, hey, this one they cook fire. And even though we knew that the first one was better for him and was the one like everybody wanted, but the second one had, just because of that singular act of she can cook better, she knows how to take care of, was what made her stay for that long. Because the second one was actually supposed to be hit and run, and ended up being a very solid number 2. But that is just to say that men gravitate to different things in women. And most times before they get into that, they know what they want. They know, I want my wife to be very domesticated. I want her to be able to cook. I want her to be able to take care of the kids. I want her to be able to, raise a family when I'm not around. Most men look for this. Now, there's another section of men that, they don't really care about the other side. They just want the girl for looks. She's a beautiful girl. I want to make her feel commode outside, and they look at the girl beside me and they say, oh boy, see that guy wife, But all in all, right, the truth still remains that before you enter, you already know what you're going into. I feel it's women that, when they can start off as not really liking the guy, that guy has come again, he's coming to disturb me, he's toasting, I'm not really liking. Then small, they begin to grow affectionate, they begin to find that love, they begin to, develop those feelings for the guy. But for a guy, before he comes, when he's serious, before he comes, he already knows what he's looking for. He already has everything written out. If it is for sex, they kind of already know. If it is for long term, a guy kind of already knows that, yes, I'm serious. That's why you see sometimes a guy that wants to approach a girl just come and say, it's you I want to marry. Do you get? I'm not talking about the ones that lie about it just to get into a girl's pants, but sometimes a guy will come out straight and say, man, I don't see the girl I want to marry. Now that girl, you see that girl. Even before he approaches the girl, he's already telling his guys. Oh,
well, I think Tommy said something that's what Tommy mentioned that's how he felt about his wife. Yes.
So even before he approaches the girl, he's already telling his guy, I see the girl I could marry today. If I catch that girl, I straight to mama. So we're kind of wired in that line to be able to...
Okay, so would you say that's transactional?
It's very transactional because you know what you want, you know what you're getting into, at least on the surface, right? And you are planning for that. Your target is that based on what you see or based on the idea of the person you have. Okay. So one way or the other, it is kind of transactional because you are not... the feelings just didn't come and grab you. You allow yourself to go into it because of what you're looking into for or what you're looking at the end of the day.
Okay, I'll come back to that. But the guy that had 2 girlfriends and the second one, the next one now know how to cook. How did he end up?
So the first actually now became very good at cooking.
So
without anybody even coming to tell her that
the guy has another baby.
Exactly, and everybody kind of knew that first one she was the main girl. She was the one that everybody, she was the one that we all kind of gravitated towards. But this other one came with the cooking vibes, and it was a strong 2. Because imagine you had a girlfriend that you were not planning to stay long with, just come, and all of a sudden she came with that old vibe, and she stayed for longer than necessary.
So, but who did he get married to?
The first one.
Okay, good. Jacinta, I don't want to say anything until you say something. I have a lot of things to say to Shay.
I'm just a student here. I'm here to learn.
But guess what? I like your vibes today.
I'm here to learn.
You like this married matter way.
I am here to learn.
Jess, what do you think? What do you have to say regarding what Shay said?
So yes, I agree with Shay when he said that men actually know what they want when it's most of the time when they even meet the woman, even before they approach her. They already know that, okay, this is my wife. you know. So then, but what I don't understand is, for every time a man says, "Okay, this is my wife," yeah, you know, that's the surface feeling, or that's how he thinks. When he then meets the woman, he gets to know her better, yeah. Does he now? Will he shoulder any sort of bad habit, character, whatever, just because he has already agreed from the beginning? Because you see, men are logical creatures, you know what I mean? So would he, is it always, do they always end up marrying that woman, even if when they find out that, okay, she's not as much, or they just manage, or they finally say, you know what, I thought she was the one, and then they don't? That's one thing I would love you, Shay, to say, you know, to speak on, you know. But let me just say in general, men, like I'll say, when I say men are transactional, I don't mean money wise, like he said. It's more like they don't come into the relationship with emotions. They always come with what they want, what they have already, you know, perceived in their minds or in their whatever for like years, or even maybe recent. It doesn't matter. But they have something they go for. And when they see it, that's it. Women, on the other hand, they're very emotional. A woman might not like a guy, but maybe he then over time, you know, makes her, you know, maybe whatever he does, maybe gifts or character-wise or being there, she starts developing feelings, and then, you know, she then decides to date him, even if he's not even the kind of person she would normally or would date, you know, for starters or for keeps. So I would say that yes, that's the dynamics of how relationships are. When it comes to business partner, that's a different aspect now, because then we have left the marriage scene, the courting stage, and gone into the marriage, and then we're now talking about what is this marriage about? Are we partners in the marriage? Are we business partners, and so much more? Which is, you know, something I know that we'll still dive into later. So yes, Franca.
Okay, so for me, Shay, you said something. You said the guy knows, you know, men usually would tend towards the ladies that act or behave like their mom. Some. Now, so would you say that, I don't want to say the typical girl, the average girl, but I think that in this era, every girl right now knows the kind of man she wants to an extent.
So, you know, when I started it, I said, right now women are like getting the formula and catching up, and they kind of have an idea from either you want the flashy guy that has money or to the one that has character. You know, right now women are beginning to catch up, in the sense that they are beginning to not let too much of emotions get in the way of what they really want. That is not to say that, you know, we don't have a lot of mistakes that are clouded by emotions.
Okay, no, but you know why I say that? For me, I feel like every average person has values and what they want as humans, as a person. And when it gets to marriage, you're like, you know, I know growing up or when I was much younger, I used to say, oh, I can't date someone I can't marry. What did that mean? That I would not date certain people because they don't have the attributes that I want.
Same thing.
Do you understand? And then by the time I won't even date you if you don't have those things.
Same here.
If you don't have those, you know, those things I'm looking for. So I won't even date you. So, but if I now, is that me being transactional?
Yes, that is you being transactional.
Okay. So if I go...
Just like Jess said, it's not like necessarily
No, it's not money. You don't get my point. So it's not about money. It's about my values.
It's transaction.
Good. So if I see someone, if as a younger person I said, oh, because I know all kinds of guys that are there, I don't want somebody who goes clubbing in the night. Do you understand? I don't mind if you're not rich. I just need you to be ready to work. I need you to be intentional about what you want. I want to see progressive growth. Do you understand? I want to see some sense of responsibility. I want to see how you manage your siblings. Those are the kind of things I want to see. I want to be able to have conversations with you. I want to know that you're a Christian. I want to know that you're this. Do you understand? That's what I want as a person. If I don't see those things, I will not date you. Because regardless of whatever it is, I won't be a happy person. And I think 60% or 70% of every human will do that.
I disagree, Franca, to some extent.
No. Okay,
You
so
know
I
what
don't
I'm
want,
saying?
let's not say numbers, but I want to assume that everybody, regardless of if you're a
You know what?
man or woman, will
It's
do that.
it's self-discovery, Franca. Maybe you might have discovered yourself on time and the kind of things that you want. A lot of young
No,
girls out
I
there
don't.
have not
No, so I
discovered
don't want to
themselves.
take it to that. No, I don't want to take it to that point because I feel I don't want to, because you know this self-awareness thing is clouding a lot of our judgments. I want to think that even at a certain age, when two people are chasing you, you know what you want as a person.
Like Jacinta said, right? I think you kind of
It's not about.
develop.
Don't let's
No,
not
no,
use
no.
me now.
You know what? You know what? Let me tell you where I'm getting to, because you are using you, for example. You're talking more of character. Do you understand? You're coming from an angle of character, from a personal development. If let's no, no, no. Let's look on the
Let's not.
divide.
So,
Let's look
so the
for
character thing are my own personal values. Now, if I didn't have character, and I say
would you
what
go
I
for?
want is a guy who has money, who shows off, who takes me out, even if so, that is what I'm carried away with, and that's the person I want. Two guys are chasing me now. One person comes with, comes with a
Legacy
car,
Benz.
and one person comes, and I'm saying, oh, I want to be with this person who has a car.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, this is what I want.
Yeah,
Now,
okay.
at the same time, somebody else doesn't have a car, and I'm saying, oh, he loves me, I want to be with him. You have taken a decision to say that's what you want, regardless of if it's right or wrong. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And I want to believe that everybody is opportune to have that right to take that decision.
I think you're right.
Thank you. So even if you're 10, 12, even as children, do you understand? Your parents give you something as gifts. You have a right, your senses, that's how it works. You're saying, oh, this is what I want, this is what I want. Now, whether that decision you have taken is right or wrong is not what we're talking about.
Okay.
We are saying you have chosen something.
You have a choice.
So that
there's
means
a mental
that
picture of what
there's
you
a
want.
mental picture of what you want. So that, are you saying that's transactional as well?
Yeah, that's transactional as well, but
Because I want to understand where you're saying is only transactional when is a positive decision you have taken.
when it ends up being I think both ways it's transactional.
Good.
It's
So
like going to the market, right, to buy a tomato. You're going to the market and in your head, like, I want a very fresh, nice, succulent tomato. And you buy the tomato and you discover that inside they are like, it's spoiled inside. It still doesn't mean that you didn't go to the market
without
for the
something.
tomato.
Now, let's come back to something. So I feel that we make it look as if men go into marriage, be married is transactional for men because they are more intentional.
Or because you make the move.
No, not even because you make the move. You see, for men, they are not carried away with certain things. The woman might be carried away with something else, but she has made a choice. It's transactional for her. There's no woman that gets married that is not saying, oh, she has a picture in her head, whether you like it or not. For her, maybe it's love. She said, oh, I don't want money. I want this guy's full attention and love. But that guy is not saying, I want love. That guy is saying, this girl, I have seen her. Do you understand? She has some attributes that are related to what I want, blah, blah, blah. Do you know, things like that? And then he picks that particular person. Meanwhile, the girl has made a choice to not see those things that are supposed to be important, but it's navigating towards something that is very relevant. And at the end of the day, it doesn't favor you. Does it mean you got into that relationship wasn't transactional for you? Your choices were just wrong.
But it's still transactional.
Thank you for both people. Exactly.
Can I come in?
Yes, please.
Can I come in?
Yes.
Okay. Now, because the word transactional is kind of, always tilting towards financial gains. So let us try to change it for a minute, okay? Now, let's look at this. Interest. Interest is another word. Like you have said, there's nobody who does not get into a situation or relationship, whatever, if they have not seen something or if there's something that they already know that they want. They have decided upon this thing that, okay, this is what I want, either love, money, whatever. So see, there's an interest already. there's something I'm interested in that person would have that would make me, want to talk to this person. So are you understanding? I'm trying to shift away from the transactional point. Now, looking at interest is also universal word for business, transaction, trade, togetherness, connection, everything we do in life, there is an interest to it.
Good.
Also comes down to relationship as well. There is an interest from both sides. There will always be, and there will be. Now, what I was trying to say to the other time is, when you look at it from this point of view about there's something I want, because we know that it's ever changing. What we want in life is ever changing. So I might want a man with character at the beginning. After a while, I might just want a man with money. You know what I mean? So yes, I totally agree with you that at some point in our life, when we make decisions, it depends on where we are at that point in time, our knowledge, our background, and so much so. But the universal reason why we even decide to connect with people, communicate with people, hang around with people, whatever we do is interest, and it still goes back to marriage and people picking out their partners and so on and so forth.
I agree with you. So we're both on the same page.
We're all on
On the same page. You understand? So it's not just about the men. It's just that the men take more calculative.
And they don't get easily swayed
by what they want.
But women can get swayed with gifts, being present. Say,
you guys know things are changing, like you said, Shay. Men are being swayed by gifts now.
Well,
okay, so but I like the fact that we're all on the same page right now. So now that we know that everybody goes into a relationship with an interest. So what do we now? Why is anybody saying that marriage as a business partnership? Jacinta, you want to say something?
Okay, marriage as a business partnership. First of all, Frank, I would say that marriage is a business. Just like I would say the church is a business, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. It's a business. Mm-hmm. Okay, the man marries a woman. First of all, the man never wants... a man might see two women. One might be maybe in her late 40s. One might be in her early 20s. He'd rather pick the ones in her early 20s. Why? Just for the reason that he wants to make sure that she can bear him kids. Okay? That's a business transaction right there. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe like, what's it called? Shay said, maybe he wants a woman who's beautiful, so that people can say, oh, wow, he has bought beauty to hang on his side. No, let me not look at it that way. Let me just make it easier now. When two people come together for anything, Franca, is trade. We give and take. I take care of the home. You go out and work.
Good.
It could be any which way. The man can take care of the home. The woman can go out and work. Somebody tends to the kids, while someone tends to the finances. And it just rolls over, continuously. If you don't need the other person, let's look at it. Why do we pay bride price? Why is there a price to be paid for women to take ownership of a woman? So it's just that we don't like to see what things are for what they are. Mm-hmm. It is clear. A woman will say, you haven't paid my bride price, so I'm not your wife. There's something to be bought. Okay. Do you understand? And the woman is supposed to stay in the house and tend to her home because that is what she represents. Mm-hmm. That's why you see that nowadays you're having issues with feminism, equality, and so much more. People don't understand it because over time, this was not how it has been. But things are changing. Wonderful, great. But we need to still understand the basics of why two people come together. Okay. Women, like you guys have rightly said, we're emotional creatures. We're not logical. So you see, most of the time, we do not play to win. We always take the loss all the time. We play to lose most of the time. And that's why they'll tell you that marriage is not favoring women anymore. Because women are playing to lose. It's a business. So when you see terminologies coming up like that, it's because of what it is, its foundational purpose.
Okay, so
it is.
Is it because they are playing to lose or they're actually doing what is right, but the African culture doesn't favor marriage in this part of the world?
Franca, you can step away from the African culture. We are individual people.
Okay.
We have some sort of education. We get to different levels of our understanding. And like I said, people who get married earlier most of the time don't discover themselves, so they play most of the time to lose because they don't take the dotted lines. They don't go into marriage more aware, and they haven't discovered themselves. They don't even know what they want. A lot of men now tell their children, their daughters especially, don't marry now, you're too young, you have not discovered yourself. Why? So that you can make better decisions when the man come along. It's not just because they don't want the daughters to marry early, it's because most of them did not, understand what they were getting into. And so most of them played to lose. You're
Okay,
getting into a
so
marriage and you haven't spelt it out that, okay, I want to walk. I will not, when I have kids, we'll have 2 children. And after that, I would like to go back to work, and so much so, secure themselves. Women didn't do that. And so that's why you see when they get into their marriages, the men will say, okay, that's it. You're not going to work anymore. I don't want you to own any sort of business. Whatever it is, you stay at home, be a full-time wife. The men make most of the decisions. And the woman is wondering what happened.
so
Even
Jess,
some people go as far as writing these things out in their court marriage. Yes.
yeah, so what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, yes, these things happen, but it's because of this part of the world where we are. Because honestly,
But
a
even
man,
Franca, but even other parts of the world, the very civilized ones, women are still making mistakes.
yeah,
It's about who you are, to be
okay.
honest.
No, so
Yeah,
what
it's about,
what I mean is what I'm actually trying to address is the win and lose parts. That you divorce doesn't mean you have lost.
of course. I totally agree.
So when you mean
When I say lose, okay, let me try to explain it. I mean you lose yourself. Most women lose themselves in marriages.
okay, okay,
Most women are abused, yeah, and they don't know how to come out of the marriage because first of all they're not financially secure, and so much more. Why are you not financially secure? Because most of these men make sure that you're not, so that when you cannot leave the house. You're not independent enough to leave, so they abuse you. Most women who are financially secure, and I will still take it back to finances. Most women who are secure, so men, there's a way a man treats her than from someone who solely depends on him. So what I'm trying to say is to you is when I said, look, I'm not talking about divorce. No, divorce is even an amazing thing. A lot of people get away with it and have so much fun. I'm talking about women who lose themselves, maybe even lose how they look, their self worth, or how they think of themselves. Some men will literally verbally abuse you, till you lose with that confidence you walked into the door when
okay.
you got married.
Okay, so now I get it because you said they fight why they fight, they lose themselves, So I thought, you said they lose, so I didn't think about it, the way you have explained it now. So, but again, that's a choice thing.
Yes.
For me, it's a choice thing.
Very true.
Because the truth is, I've also learned something. I don't want to pin certain things to anybody.
You should never.
Do you understand?
Yourself.
I would never pin anything. I've gotten to the point where whatever happens to me is nobody's fault. Do you understand? I chose to lose myself. I chose to let myself go through all that. So you have choices. You have the right to make a choice. Even if, again, you can't leave because you don't have money. You have decided to stay because of the comfort. Because you can
Yes.
actually leave and go and hustle. Yes, it's a choice. So you have decided that, you know what? I will stay because I don't want to suffer outside. And my question is, who says you will suffer outside?
The street says you will suffer.
No, but
That's the
sometimes
fear.
that's the fear. And guess what? I've had men men complain about the same thing we're talking about. Oh.
So in terms of who says you'll suffer outside, we need to consider the fact that with time comes age. With age comes reduction in your productive ability, whether you like it or not. And usually what happens is by the time you decide to pick yourself up, right, as a man, as a woman, whoever is on the losing end of that relationship, your productive timeline has kind of reduced. So if we are being completely honest, right, you got into a marriage, your early 20s, you had kids, you nurtured your kids to a certain age, and basically you've invested another 20 years of your life, right, in this family in this marriage with these children and everything, the fear is very valid because if we're being honest, after investing 20 years, now that is not to say, you can't be anything you want to be. That is not to say you can't pick up wherever you left off or what is not. But the fear is valid because your product, whether you like it or not, your productive capacity has greatly reduced.
Even your mobility.
Mobility, everything. If you're going to go into the job market, right, after dedicating 20, 15 years, 20 years into a marriage, into a family, you can't be up to par with somebody who's just getting in. You can't be on the same level with somebody who's just 25.
Shay, let's quickly go on a break because I'm going to argue this with you. Let's quickly go on a break. When we come back, we'll fight this fight.
Okay, I'm ready for the fight.
Life is made up of moments, some that fill us with joy, others that test our strength. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space to explore the highs and lows of human connection, the love, the heartbreak, and resilience that shapes our life. From relationships to friendships, parenting to partnerships, and so much more. Every week, we share stories and conversations that define us, navigating love, separations, the struggles of parenting, dealing with anxiety and managing the pressures and stress of life. Real conversations that bring us closer, helping us heal, grow, and connect. So join me Mondays through Fridays at 10 p.m. for Heartlines, the show where we'll connect hearts, have real conversations with real people, one story at a time.
Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
What is the having point? Okay, so Shay has begged me for us not to fight. Jess, please, do you agree with what Shay said?
Okay, about the fear of going back into the market.
He's saying that. So what Shay said, what I got out from what Shay said, the fear is valid. And why is that fear valid? Well, the fear is valid because, see what he's saying. The fear is valid because you're telling yourself you can't compete with the people who are already there. They know this. You understand the energy, the blah, 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 the this, the that. Why are you telling yourself those negative things?
Okay, Franca, let me
You're not telling yourself negative. It's the reality.
Okay, that's fine.
No, let me drive that. Okay, now, like we said, he said the fear is valid. He didn't say that the situation is valid.
Okay.
He didn't say that that is what it is.
Okay.
We are human beings with definitely fear. You've been out of a place for 25 years. You don't even know how they're dating anymore. You don't know. You don't know what's happening. If you're going towards the bedroom, you don't know what's happening there anymore. If you're going towards dates, you don't know what's happening there anymore. The job market, you don't know what's happening there anymore. So the fear is valid. It's normal. You must be afraid to leave your comfort zone into somewhere that you're not aware of. Okay? So yes, I agree that the fear is valid. But then, will you allow the fear to then stop you from doing that which you think is right, or that which you think you have to do? That's the second option. So would you allow the fear hold you back? But truly, the fear is valid, and I totally
no, Jacinta, no.
So I totally agree with him.
So Jacinta, the fear is valid. Does it mean when you say the fear is valid? So that fear is saying you will not make it.
Then it's left for you to say that I will make it, and I don't care what happens, I will go. You pack your things and then jump into the hole. You know what I mean? Jump into the unknown. So yes, what we're saying is that it's okay to be afraid.
Yes.
Well, that's what we're saying. It's okay to be afraid.
Okay. Exactly.
It's
I'm of the opinion that it's okay to be afraid. But it doesn't mean it should be.
Because stop you. Yes. It shouldn't stop you. That's what we're saying. It shouldn't stop you. Because at the end of the day, you regret why you never left, why you never took the decision, why you never moved forward. Because you know what? You've already conquered where you are already, and you need to move.
And then guess what? You'll be shocked that that fear isn't even, you just get into there and the things you thought you won't be able to do, you do it even faster than the people who have been in that space for 20 years.
Yes.
Do you understand? So that's why I said I was going to fight with you, because a lot of people have that mindset and it's actually making them very redundant.
No, I even think there was something you said when, we went on a break that I feel like you need to talk about again, which is the fact that you feel like you've lost in terms of years, in terms of age, you've gained in life experiences.
Yes.
So if you channel, she said that, and I shut up. I couldn't say anything again, which, you feel like you've lost energy, you've lost so much with the years, but you've gained life experiences that somebody who is 25, 26 don't have. So if you channel that and use that to your advantage, you could actually be in a better, you could have a better leverage than somebody coming out. She shut me up with that, and I have to give,
Of course, that was a nice one. You go, girl.
superior wisdom.
No, but Jess, you know why I say that? Because it's from experience. When you get out of the circle, that place where everybody's making that noise, you go back and think. You find out that you're not actually doing anything there. You're just making noise. You go back and reflect. That time that you take out, you'll be shocked at how much you have done. Jess, you can testify to that.
Of course, I totally agree. Because you don't lose anything at the end of the day.
You don't lose anything.
You have a wealth of experience. A wealth of it. Yeah.
And guess what? Those people are struggling where they are. Because they're still trying to find it. They're still trying to understand what is happening. They are doing this. So that 10 years is gone.
But I also want you guys, the ladies on this show, to realize that you guys, personally for me, I see you guys as above average in terms of mental strength, in terms of where you are, in terms of your ability to critical think, right? And I don't want you to assume that everybody is on the same pedestal as you guys.
I agree with you.
Right? So I would also want you to consider the fact that, people might decide not to move on because of where they are in terms of mental strength, in terms of, being able to talk to themselves and say, regardless of what has happened. Because, if you've lived 20, 25 years of your life doing one thing, you would rather every regular woman or every regular man or every regular person would rather prefer to be in that comfort zone and just say, the devil I know is better than the angel I don't know. At least this one is only slapping me. He's only, he only says hurtful words. He doesn't come.
Well,
I'm just saying. I'm not saying you should stay.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just making a case also for people who are not as mentally strong, who are not there yet in terms of life experiences. You might have gotten a lot of life experiences, but there are some people who know the experiences they had was just tending to kid and, growing up, and, they've not developed, so to speak, from that 25, 26-year-old that the husband married at that time. So it is, like I always said, it is a valid fear, and we can all only advocate for those that are not there yet, to find yourself. Always find a way, regardless of wherever you are, regardless of the situation, regardless whether you are married or not, even if it is not career-wise, find a way to develop yourself so that at least at the end of the day, even if you don't have the skill for a career change, you've gained something, you've developed. You are not that person, that you were when you got married or when, life just went like that.
Shay, I want to ask
you could even develop some skill acquisition. You could learn in the house. You could maybe watch YouTube videos.
Yes. I even want to ask a question. As a human, what should drive you?
You are speaking as a strong woman, Franca.
He
Stop.
said I'm speaking as a strong woman. No, as
No,
humans.
no, but you see, Franca, let's be honest here. Some people don't know what this means. They'll be like,
That's
what
what
is
I'm
pride?
saying. Franca
Okay,
is
so let's
speaking
break it down.
from a very high
No,
perspective.
let's break. No, it's not high.
Yeah.
So let's break it down. Let's assume I don't know anything. I'm in a situation where I'm somewhere. The man, you understand, abuses me and does everything that I'm not, he's killing me emotionally and physically. So when I sit down, I'm just trying to imagine, I'm trying to imagine a lot of things. When I sit down, what am I saying to myself? Am I saying, hey, I don't have any option? Oh, I wish I didn't marry this man. Oh, what am I saying to myself? Because you know why I say that? I have seen women. It is not about how high you have come. I have seen women who fry akara on the streets. Yes. I have seen women who, you don't have to be educated for this. I have seen women who fry akara on the street just to feed their children. For me, that's self-awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand?
It's not necessarily
Yes.
education. Yeah.
So, and guess what? You think they love to do what they're doing? You think they can have, if you see them, you will not say, oh, no, they are not. The woman who you see outside there, who you see every morning, frying akara. The woman who you see going to the market, who doesn't even know how to speak the proper English that you and I speak. What do you think she's doing? She's fighting for herself.
Oh, no. So don't get me wrong. When I mean mental, I didn't mean educational, I didn't mean...
So that's mental. So who are those people?
I mean, like, developed brain capacity to function. I didn't necessarily mean from an educational standpoint.
Good. So it has come back to what I said. So what are those people doing?
No, that's what they're doing. They're developing. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying not everybody has that mental strength to have developed. How do I I'm trying to
That's
find
what
a
I'm
way
so
to...
this is what I'm trying to say. That means that they are not even seeing what they are going through as a problem.
Yes, because...
Yes.
And so, yes, they are not seeing what they are going through as a problem, because let me tell you, even in what
way
they are
of
going
life.
through, even with what they are going through, they are still saying, how will somebody see me fry akara? That's what they are telling themselves.
By the way, I feel like we've strayed from our...
No, but yes, no, but you understand, but that transactional thing is also feeling entitled. Anyway, let's go back to what we're talking about. So at what point? No, because the truth is we have established that marriage is transactional. But I think when it begins to feel...
One-sided.
Not even one-sided. When it begins to feel transactional, it's because there are no emotions involved anymore. Jess, what do you think?
I agree. Yes. You see, the thing is, we are all wearing some sort of mask. All of us, in our marriages, we are wearing a mask.
Okay.
Yes. So it doesn't feel transactional because we had a mask on. And we take them off, we put on another one, however we fit or however we feel. So when you don't feel the part that it is transactional is when you have a lovely mask on. That's when you don't think it is transactional. You think it's about love, it's about affection, it's about growing together. Then as things become maybe doesn't go. And I always say there's one person that is the person who loses in the marriage is the one that's always shouting. See, the person who's always arguing in the marriage, who feels you don't do this, you do this, is the one losing. That business that you signed up for, you're not getting anything, no dividend. Yeah, check it. If you're complaining your marriage, you're the one losing. Yes.
So
and because over time, you have not put yourself in a position to win. And winning does not take what you did 10 years ago or 5 years ago. It takes what you do every moment, every second, your decisions, your knowledge, your education, how you keep moving, both mentally and behavior. It has to be something, you must be stepping it up every minute. You cannot use what you used 10 years ago to win the marriage, to win 20 years after you lose. No. So we are always wearing masks. When we take off the mask, then we see that, I've lost though. This thing is not going the way I'm going.
I was telling someone.
Because everyone is now straightforward. Yes.
Yes. So I was telling someone, I said, I don't see anything wrong in, if you have worked for so long and they pay you dividends, when you buy shares, they pay you dividends. When you retire from work, they pay you what?
Gratuity.
Gratuity and they pay you something.
Yes, pension.
Exactly. I was telling somebody that why can't somebody who has dated somebody before ask for dividends?
You know the funny thing is, no,
Jess, why are you laughing?
no, for real. Some countries have started that. Like,
Jess,
if you date somebody for a certain period of years, it doesn't matter if you're married or not. If you are coming out of that relationship,
you see, I need to start putting laws in place.
You are in a position. I think it's in New Zealand or some.
Shay, I told somebody,
like,
and the guy said, Franca, and the guy was saying, Franca, what do you mean? I say, yes. What have I not done, or what did I not do?
Yeah, I think.
Jess, don't I have a point?
You do.
You
know, there's some countries that actually you don't have to be married.
Yeah,
but you're living together in the same house.
Period of time.
You don't need to have kids.
Yeah, they can request for
transactional.
Yeah, it happened.
It's transactional. Okay, let me ask a question now. If you think marriage is not transactional, why is it that when a woman wants to leave, she's asking for this, that?
No, she thinks it's her investment.
Why?
It's an investment.
Yes, it's a business it's a business development, whatever people have been doing all this. Yes.
So
what's it that when women are leaving, they ask for certain things because it is transactional. She's entitled to those things.
Please,
and honestly, right, just like every other business, I feel like if your transaction or interests align, it even gives for a better marriage.
Explain.
Yes.
Because it's not just about love. There are so many things intertwined together. If I move out, I'll lose this and this and this. If this one moves out, it loses this and this and this and this. By the time you weigh in all the things that you be like, say,
I did.
We did. Do you understand? Yeah, we did. Let's
manage.
We'll find a way
to work around
to spice it out.
Exactly.
Because the more interests you have,
is as much as what I have.
Yeah, if you both have, similar interests, you'll be like,
okay.
It makes it for a better marriage.
Yes.
Than for somebody who has let's say 95%,
and the other
person one that has 5%. Be like, I beg you, when this guy go sit down.
Yeah.
I can move anytime. So I feel like treating marriage as a business interest, even
it favors
your marriage. Because then it makes it look like, there's a big thing to lose. Not just necessarily money. It could be emotional support. It could be care. It could be love. It could be time. It could be the weaknesses you have. The other person has, covers that aspect of your life that you are weak in, So I think when you look at it in terms of interests and shared goals and things to lose, I think it's better to treat it like
I agree, Shay. Yeah, because you know why? When you look at it as a business interest, you become more intentional in investing in the marriage. And being intentional, you definitely will grow the marriage both ways. The man is intentional, the woman is intentional because they're growing something. Then it always succeeds. Yeah, you have to also look at the part where it succeeds.
The positive sides of it.
Yeah, the positive side.
So please, for the singles, if you're watching this program, we have mentioned, if you have dated anybody before, and you did everything you were supposed to do, you cook, you knock, you kiss him, you give him good time, you were there for him when he was low, my darling. Even if you have broken up, you can ask for dividends. It's not a crime.
Okay, what about the man, Franca? The man too must collect something. The man must collect the dividend.
No, it's dividend. When you have worked active service.
Thank you, Jess.
Yes, active service.
Thank you.
No,
when they pay you dividend.
The man is paying maybe the man paid your school fees. The man paid your house rent.
That's it. Maybe if the man didn't do any of that, Uncle.
He was also there. Was he not bringing something to the table? Was he not bringing something? No, I'm not coming down.
Jess, what were you saying?
Was he not bringing
something? Shay, do you know that I'm of the school of thought that men love more than women do?
Thank you, Jess. We do.
Yeah. Men
are
love
very
women
emotional
more than women do. Do you know?
Because
women like drums. We always drumming, loud noises. No. Men love women more than they do.
It is only a man that can bring 100% and really doesn't care
And the woman
what
brings zero.
zero, and they are okay
Let's
with
say a woman
it.
bring 100% and the man brings zero. The whole
Zero.
town
Then
will
we
hear
begin to
about what
reconsider
happened.
this
That's
thing.
not fair. That's not fair. Two of you are not being fair. I know people. No, I don't personally. So there are stories where the women bring in 100% and the men. Have you
No,
not
I'm
seen?
just kidding.
Yeah. So because I know
I've
there
had
are
my fair
house
share, Franca. I've
husbands.
brought 100% before. Don't worry. I know.
Sorry.
I've had my fair share. I've brought in 100% before, so I know what you're talking about.
So Jess, you should support me in this
That's what I'm
this.
saying. I've done my own. That's what I'm telling you
Exactly.
that
So
you're
no,
not
I need you to
wrong.
support me in this this thing I'm saying when I say women should ask for dividends. I want to put it
Okay,
No,
out
we
there.
are saying
Let's send
both.
it to Senate.
No. We are not going gender here. We are saying
must
anybody.
pass the bill.
Let's pass the
Yes.
bill to Senate.
Anybody.
No, Sheyi.
No.
It is the man's word. The woman should be pampered.
No.
So we're
No.
saying to all the single ladies out there,
No.
if you have dated any man and you know
Don't bring her
you gave in 100%, my darling, please ask for dividends when you see the guy next time.
Excuse me, ma. I also
He said-
if you are a man and you also feel like you've contributed, you have been there emotionally for this lady
Financially,
financially, and I don't know if I should say this on air, but
Okay, continue. Like I said,
let's take for example,
Sheyi.
Folorunsho Alakija.
Any men,
No. That God blessed you, and you stumbled on an oil well, and are you now going to say that the man too should not request for something?
Which man?
A man that was there.
Do you know whether
A
she
man
pays dividend?
That's what I'm saying. We are not making it gender
No, let's be
specific. That's what I'm
honest
trying to
with you.
say.
Okay, so you're trying to say,
Sheyi,
no,
Both
but men
ways.
should have
Sheyi.
shame.
We don't have shame too. We don't have shame too.
Men should have shame.
No.
Sheyi, no. See,
What is good for the
the
goose
man
is good
is
for
a
the
lion.
gander.
The man
Yes.
is the lion.
No.
You should walk with grace.
Yes, we will work with grace, but when the coin is flipped too, we should also ask for it. Let's not make it, because it's always entitled. When you say, the man is entitled, but when it's on the other side,
No, we're not feeling entitled here. Seriously, we're just saying a bill should be passed for women who have put in a lot into just to appreciate women
yes,
who are doing a lot.
and so for man.
Yes, so men are doing, but if you don't get shame, you can ask. If you don't get shame, you can ask. But yeah, so please. So Jess, we have established that relationships are transactional, or everybody has an interest in every relationship.
And
they're
it's
in.
even good to have interest.
And it's good to have an interest, but when it begins to feel like a business partnership, that means there's some love lacking there.
Yes.
So
But
you should
Franca,
work on.
we didn't look at the point where marriage, couples and business now, like apart from the marriage itself, they actually run a business together, and then
Yeah,
they bring in this partnership from the business into the marriage as well, and then help each other, where one is lacking. That they don't,
Yeah,
they just not. It's more.
It's part of what we said, which is the more interest you have. If you even have business together where you talk, everybody is pulling
They
their
have a lot
weight.
to lose. Yeah. I get you.
Yes, you put more effort into making sure that marriage works, because what you're losing is not just the person. You're losing money as well. You're losing interest. You're losing dividends. So you
Yes.
make more effort into saying, waking up one morning and just decide to scatter everything. You rethink
Okay,
it.
so but I want to say something. But as much as no matter how much business you do or how much business inclined you want to make your relationship be, it must not feel
Like it.
like it. That's the point.
Yes.
And then the only time it feels like that is when emotions are not involved. When it's lacking emotions. And that way, you now you're falling out of love for the person, because
And it's just
everything
business.
it just sounds like, oh, it's money, you're
Yes.
quarreling,
Where's my food?
Where's my,
Where's
it
his school
so you're
fees?
just going straight to the point.
Yeah.
No affection, we're just hitting. Take care of the kids. I'll go and bring money, do this. So even what we're saying is, it's okay to have that whole business transactional thing, but there should be love.
Yes.
That's what we're saying. You guys should manage. You can decide to even can you put business in your love pattern and say, if I ask you for sex and you don't agree, you pay me.
No, that's too much.
Sheyi.
I
You know,
feel
like I
that's-
always say, that marriage is it's between two people. There's no
Yeah.
book on how marriage should be and the rules in marriage. Some people might do that and it works. Some might say, "Oh, baby, you're coming home. When you come and bring $500, I want to dance for you," and that might arouse him because he's going to pay for it. You know. So you see, marriage is something that it's between two people and there are no rules to it. So do as you please, please,
Jess, you're a
guys.
bad
Do as you
girl.
please.
My husband will kill me. if he hear that. So one day, my
Say
husband
that
says,
again.
I said, my husband will kill me. One day, my husband
I'm not
calls
here.
me.
Oh.
My husband calls me and says, meet me so and so. Stupid me. I said, if I'm coming there, I'm not your wife. I'm your side chick. He thought I was joking. The
You
next
know,
day I went. When I went there now, when I was going, I said, "Oh, God, you're not going to pay me." My husband said, let me tell you what he said. He said, I'm the first man who is married to a woman that says the husband should pay for sex. I said, "Oh, God, I was not your wife yesterday." I was not your wife yesterday. I was your side chick. When you were telling me a thing like this, you didn't know you would pay. Man just did like this. So, but guess what is interesting?
Oh yeah, that's part of what makes it.
I could see Sheyi when Sheyi was saying, "I want to dance with you, pay 500. Sheyi can pay you 1,000. So I'm not going to call Sheyi's wife's name, but you know I know you. Dance for Sheyi and let him pay you 1,000. Because I could see the excitement when Jess said, "I would dance for you." Sheyi was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds really nice. That sounds very good." Sheyi, you like for her to dance for you?
Oh, why not? Spice.
Shewosh. Can you imagine? It's already time. Oh my God. Sheyi, Jess, you want to quickly say something?
Just what I'm going to say is, however your marriage is, just make it work, you know.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, there's a reason why you decided to, you know,
Okay.
take the road with that person. So just try to make it work. Yeah,
Okay, Sheyi, you want to say
that's what I'd
something?
say.
Yeah, which is, I mean, aside everything, or all we've said in terms of business, having interest and all that, at the end of the day, find a way to, you know, step back from that whole interest thing and just enjoy each other, enjoy each other's company, be there, you know, get to do things that doesn't feel like the regular, that doesn't feel like interests.
Okay, so I would say that for every relationship you find yourself, just be very intentional to be happy. Do things. It's not greener on the other side, honestly. So just put in an effort to make it worth it. Again, you can send us an email at vedaconsults at counsel@vedaconsult.com. If you have issues you want to discuss with us, whatever you want to share with us, please send us an email and we will get professionals to attend to you.